Okay, there's officially bachelor's buttons, and I'm gonna have to figure out what that red and pink ones are. Bachelor's buttons and cosmos. I think that's cosmos. So the flower gardens are going on. I'm definitely gonna have to weed though. Somehow I get the feeling that these guys with the jagged edges are ragweed. Not sure. Need to check up on it. Also need to get rid of all this grass here. It's not okay. It just kind of sprang up seemingly overnight. This stuff got big too. Oh man, all my plants keep getting eaten. I know there are groundhogs. I've been working on trapping them. But hopefully it's not deer too. Ooh, pink bachelor's buttons. Nice. And the snapdragons are mostly done, but the poppies are still in full force. Wonder if I'll find a little bunny again, huh? And a couple of the sunflowers are still unscathed. Hopefully it remains that way. This big patch of grass, I went and chucked more sunflowers at it. So that second big satchel that I made out of a paper bag that I filled with sunflower seeds last year, I went ahead and chucked it at the ground here. There aren't that many flowers in there, so I figured maybe the sunflowers will be able to get through it. I definitely need to weed. It's kind of not at the top of the list of things to do. I think it might have rained, but well, the grass is pretty dry. I think it was supposed to rain last night, but it's supposed to rain this afternoon, so hopefully it does. Here's the garden. We'll be in there shortly. Oh, this is new. I don't know what those are. I mowed about a week ago, so, well, considering there's so much creeping Charlie, it stays kind of low because it keeps the grass down too. So I think if I mow every week and a half or 2 weeks, it takes like 6 batteries with that mower, and I think that's okay. Chuck more sunflower seeds at that bare spot too. I'm glad I went through and picked out the really big, thick, dark green grass a week or 2 ago. I guess I was waiting to see if it grew out to be flowers, which is why it's left in the spot over here. But I'll go through and weed. Ooh, some taller poppy in there. I wonder if it's one of the like orange ones, the fancy orange or gray ones that I threw around that seem to never sprout. So this bed is the interesting one in my opinion. I don't know who that orange guy is. That looks exciting. Look at all the nice flowers. I love it. I'm gonna make myself a bouquet for inside. Never mind the plane. And then lots of thistle came up here, and I'm just kind of letting it grow because it is a wildflower for the area, you know? And here's my blackberry patch. I'm getting excited. They're starting to turn kind of red. I'm gonna eat it all. Hopefully the animals don't get it all. Then my little trees. Oh, I got those lilacs yesterday. Hopefully it does actually pour this afternoon, and then I think I'm gonna install them on this side of that gate in a little patch. So maybe I'll have trees on the end and some lilacs in between. And I think I'm going to put it along my fence line here too. It's kind of a privacy screen because this yellow clover is doing good with that. This thing turned into a beast. I guess it's okay that it reseeds itself. I chucked a bunch of sunflower seeds in here too. I haven't seen them come up, but hopefully they do. And I still haven't used my grill things. I really need to. Just haven't gotten that far, you know? I don't know why some of these look kind of wilty and brown. I don't know if it's lack of water or something disturbing the roots or what. This patch is doing good too. I think the tall ones are tall cosmos. So, the garden. Oh, this is tricky with coffee in one hand and a camera in the other. These guys, oh come on. These guys kind of hate life. I think they kind of close for the night and then reopen, but they definitely don't like the heat. Potatoes are still doing okay. Sweet potatoes, I thought this one was going to be a goner for sure, but even he grew back. And every once in a while I see more and more gooseberries on these gooseberry bushes. So maybe they're still covertly flowering and setting some fruit, which is pretty exciting. Rhubarbs. I think I'm gonna, these things are getting big. I think I'm gonna pick some stalks and see if I can't make a pie sometime soon. One of my watermelons wilted and died back. And then this one is still doing okay. Hopefully, I mean, it was a gamble, right? For next year, I think I need to buy some of those like small ice box or like sugar baby watermelons, because trying to grow the big ones is way too much for here. I think even despite the fact that the growing season here is so long, it's still not long enough. So I doubt I'll get fruits again this year. At least it's an attractive plant. Yeah, we'll see what happens. And based on how these leaves feel, I think they're butternut squash. The beans are blooming. I don't know if you can see that, but they definitely have little white flowers all over them. The zucchini has already started blooming. And cucumber, I think this is one of those big orange ones, started putting out blooms too. Male ones, of course. The bees, the tons of bees haven't really shown up yet, but hopefully soon. These gourds are escaping the bed and will also shortly start blooming. And the pumpkins started blooming already too. Oh, and the endives are finally blooming. And the onion is full bloom. So the pumpkins are blooming. Where's that flower? So hopefully they explode now that it's getting really hot and muggy. And I end up having like the hundreds of flowers of squash in the mornings with bees all over. The peas are growing in. I haven't picked them in a couple of days so they can actually get up to size. So I think today I'm going to go through and pick them, and then I can make like a nice stir fry or something. So some of my squash have holes in the leaves, and the reason for that is I just rip out the squash bug eggs entirely because I'm just not dealing with it. I don't know if you see this little guy. I've got cute little toads everywhere. I keep putting them up in the beds when I see them, but some of them can hang out in the mulch still. The sunflower is getting to be nice and tall. So strawberries sort of stopped having fruit for a hot minute there. I think it's because it was chilly and then really dry and stuff, so they stopped blooming again. But some of these are supposed to be ever-bearing, so these guys growing all over the place. I don't know. There are worse weeds than strawberry plants, I'll put it that way. And I don't know if you can tell, there's sunflowers that I transplanted along the edge here. So, privacy screen. And I had some new residents move into my native critter house there, which is, I guess I'm never taking it down again. I guess it's good. I saw, what's it called, a lacewing over here in one of the beds. So I guess it works for both the little jewel bees and the lacewings. What is it? Shallot? Shallot is blooming too. Different colors of carrot blooms. I didn't realize they smelled so nice. They smell really nice. The mustard is nearly done blooming. Lots of seed set. Gonna wait for it to really set now. I'm walking into spider webs everywhere. Little squash here. And I think all those seed pods in the middle there, the nice big fat juicy ones, I think they're from like a radish or something. So I've got radishes that bloomed and made nice juicy seed pods everywhere. Don't know what this guy is. Some sort of brassica, right? But don't know specifically what. And some more gooseberries hiding out in here. This is a parsnip. It was covered in aphids like a week and a half ago. I moved a ladybug over to here and I guess it's wonderfully annihilated everything. Some of the berry bushes still haven't popped back, but I guess that's okay. I think the elderberries are doing worse than the honeyberries, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Oh, let me show you the weirdest thing about my garden right now. There's a potato that already wants to bloom. I don't even understand. Because I'm definitely not dumping this pot for a while, so don't know what's going on. These sweet potatoes are doing great too, and this is like the worst looking bed, but I kind of anticipated that. It has the tomatillos and eggplants that I knew would get attacked by all sorts of beetles. I don't know why they're the most susceptible, but they kind of are. And I had caterpillars crawling all over the bok choy for a while too, so I went through and sprayed BT on a day that it wasn't supposed to rain for like 3 more days, and of course that made it rain like the second that I got inside from spraying, the way that goes, right? So I was thinking about spraying again today. If it doesn't rain, I'll spray, and then it'll probably rain immediately afterwards, right? So, this oregano is gonna bloom soon, so I'm gonna let it. It'll probably attract the bees, and I don't know if it's changed the flavor. I haven't eaten it since it put up stalks, but even if it does, maybe I'll dry it and that'll mute the flavor a little bit, right? If it's a little bit too strong. And another rhubarb. Okay. Oh, and this is the biggest volunteer tomato that just sprouted out of the mulch. So I'm gonna get back to my coffee. And hopefully this place is a jungle soon. Oh, real quick. Venus flytraps are blooming. So I've been rubbing the flowers together to pollinate them. I want seeds again this year because it looks like this little pot never resprouted after the winter, which is sad. And those passion fruits are going nuts, and I want that trellis already. Where is it, gardeners? Okay, till next week.